What's going on, everybody? David here from Bluckers Videos and Toys, and today we got a massive unboxing and review for the Jurassic World Dreadnoughtus. Now, this is a largest sauropod that we've gotten from Mattel, and I do have the other two on hand, the Brachiosaurus and the Apatosaurus, but this one is by far the longest. It's 5 feet long, and as you can tell, it barely fits my review station. So because you can see everything else that's in the background besides the black piece of cardboard that I got back there. It's just to show you how much space this thing is taking up, and I hate to see what it looks like when it's fully assembled. It's going to be wowzers right there. So, but yeah, we are going to be taking a look at the Jurassic World Dominion Dreadnoughtus, and you can tell by the size of the box and by the little kid in the photo who's holding the figure, it's going to be pretty large. So, I am going to keep this box because I do like to keep all the boxes for all the sauropods, just because they're nice and I like the artwork and everything. So, this is not a paleo accurate Dreadnoughtus. This is more of like the Dominion's take on it, Jurassic World's version of it. So, what you see here is not going to be the actual accuracy of the actual real thing, because they look nothing like this. This is just a Jurassic World version of it. So, pretty much the other side of the packaging is pretty much the same thing. It's just when standing up, it's this large right here. So, I'll just pick up the camera. So, it's pretty much the same thing. So, yeah, pretty large box. And then here's the instructions on the bottom how to assemble it. So yeah, so that's pretty much covers the box. There's really not a whole lot to go over. Just look at the wonderful artwork that Mattel provided for us for this particular beast. So let's go ahead and open this thing and see what we got. Alright, so let's go ahead and pull these pieces out little by little. So here's one part of the tail. Here is the other part of the tail. And here we got the head and neck. And so then, extra cardboard for the packaging. Here is the main body of the Dreadnoughtus. So, yeah, and so this is what we got. We got 4 pieces. Got the main body right there. Got the neck. And the tail. Let's go to the obvious features. A little small tip of the tail. It's pretty much the solid plastic right here, and really no paint scheme at all on this portion of the tail. But if we open this thing up right here, here is the main tail. It does have a paint scheme going all the way down to here. So that's about it. That's like the only paint we got. A little bit of that mixture of the paint together here. That's what it looks like to me. But yeah, we got a little bit of that mixture here, but not on this side. So it pretty much just stopped right there. So let's go ahead and see if we can't figure out how to put this together. So there is that tab right there. Just looking at this part right there. So obviously it goes right there in that slot. I think it does. That's what at least it's indicating. Why it's not. There you go. So yeah, we have the tail of the Dreadnoughtus put together. Very cool. Alright, so we got the tail put together. And let's take a look at the neck and head. You know, while we can, because this thing's going to be super long. So the paint scheme goes all the way on the neck, all the way to the head. So here is the head right here. Eyes look good. Eyes look good here. And he's got his jaw right there. So looks good down in there. Looks like a little bit of paint slop right there for the teeth, but it's not going to be all that noticeable. And I do like the fact that they took the time to paint the teeth, excuse me, on the upper part. So very cool. Gums, tongue, looks really good. So very happy about that. And then the paint scheme on the top of the head, you know, the detail, you know, they actually paint it underneath the neck, but not so much on the tail, which I felt like they should have. They could have, you know, but no paint on the tail underneath. But yeah, they got it all the way down on the neck. They spray painted that. So do you like the detailing on the neck and the wrinkles and everything? So very cool. I wonder if they're going to do a legacy, not a legacy, a Hammond collection of this thing. They already put out a Brachiosaurus. So now what's next? You know, will they be able to do a Dreadnought or a Apatosaur? I mean, it could, but oh, thank you. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at the main body. So we got the neck and head out. Alright, so let's get the feet. Just look at that. That just covers the whole freaking screen. We haven't even put the tail of the neck on. And this is part of the neck. That's like half the neck right there. Sheesh. But judging by how this looks, I do like the way the feet look. You know, like how they have no paint on the feet or anything. I do like the fact that they was able to continue to spray paint the underbelly, but you can tell that just rounded out right there. You know, they could have just spent a little extra time and at least got this part. You know, they didn't have to do the whole thing, which would have been nice, but it would have been nice if they would just at least continued on the tail and probably just rounded out right there. But they didn't. They said, that's enough paint. We don't need to add more paint than we already have. Too much money. You know. But yeah, the legs look great. You know. Got the forwards, backwards right there. Right there. And they lock in place good too. It's nice and tight. Been able to lock this thing in place, you know. The feet don't swivel. You know, I'm sure they could if they made it that way, but no, they don't. They don't swivel at all. So, yeah, this thing's giant. I do like the paint scheme here on the back. You know, I'm glad that they was able to paint it right there. You know, where the neck is, you know. Because normally, you would think they would leave that unpainted. You know, man. Let's see if we can't move this neck up. Sheesh. Man, this thing's stiff. Let me see if I can move this thing. So yeah, I was able to move the neck, but I had to hold the actual figure on against my body and just move their neck up and down. That's how strong that thing is. That's how tight it is. So, I mean, it could be a good thing or a bad thing. It could be a good thing because you ain't got to worry about it drooping over time. I'm pretty sure it will over time. It wears out even the more you finagle it. But yeah, it's hard. All right. So, that being said, let's go ahead and take this and insert it here. Let's see if we can't get this bad boy on there. There we go. So, yeah, that's the neck there. And we're going to turn this boy around. And let's get the tail in. Now, this is a one-time assembly, so it's in, it's in, it's in. So there's no going back. So, yeah. That's what it looks like. It just takes up the whole screen and then some. So it's a large figure. Move the stuff out the way because when I have to. Cute back. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that tail. And you can see the Brachiosaurus here in the corner right there. But look at that. Look how long that thing is. 5 feet. Wow. That thing's amazing. I think I have room for all this. These big old sauropods. So overall, I mean, let's just take a look at this thing. The head sculpt, paint scheme, looks great. So let's try to see if we can't get some more room for this thing. Alright, look at the size of this thing. This thing doesn't even fit in my camera. I was able to move the neck up a little bit, and that neck is super long. It barely even fit the rest of the body, let alone the whole thing in screen. So this is crazy. It's one thing to watch reviews on this, but it's another when you have it in hand in person. You're amazed at how large this thing is. I mean, it's a sauropod. What do you expect? Alright. Super happy to have this in the collection. So let's go ahead and bring out the others for comparison. Alright, so here are the other two sauropods. We got the Brachiosaurus and the Apatosaurus. Look at the size difference. I mean, that's just incredible. These things are beefy boys, It's amazing. And I think we're going to get a Mamenchisaurus, which is going to be even crazier. Yeah, so here's the Brachiosaurus with the Dreadnought, and that's just from tail to tail. And that's a tall boy too, with the Dreadnoughtus' neck is one that makes it even longer, so that's even crazier. And here is the Apatosaurus. It's a long boy too. Its neck is not as long as the Dreadnoughtus. So this is the wow factor of this thing. And like I said, until you get it in hand, you know, you don't really truly know how big it is until you have it in hand and in your collection and comparing it to other big toys that you got. Here it is next to Godzilla. Godzilla's a big beefy boy too, but not as long as the Dreadnought. Meaning fear and nothing. So it's amazing size comparison, scaling difference. And for the final size comparison, we have it next to the T-Rex, the Therizinosaurus, and Owen Grady. Just to get a sense of how large this thing is compared to other large dinosaurs and a human figure. And to think that this is 3 3/4 scale, you know. So it's amazing that Mattel is able to give us these large items, you know, at the price point that they given us to, and it's on the cheap side if you really think about it, you know. Not that cheap, but you know, affordable enough to where people can have these wonderful figures to add to their collection, you know. But that would about do wrap up this review. So yeah guys, this is an amazing figure. I'm so happy to finally add it to the collection. It took me a while, but it's finally here into the collection along with the other sauropods. So let me know in the comments below what you think of this giant beast of a toy. You know, this is my big boy toy as far as when it goes to my collection. So very happy to have this in the collection. Let me know in the comments below what you think of this. And don't forget, words of wisdom: buy what you love and not what you like, because if you buy what you like, you always end up getting rid of it. And I will catch y'all later.